a lot of our floundering or being really susceptible to the problems with social media or tech use are because we aren't entering that territory with wisdom. And it is new territory. So, really, it is our job to figure this out. We were put in this time and place, and we as women with homes and families, it's very important that we begin setting the social norms for ourselves, then for our family, and then that expands out. But it starts with ourselves, and it starts with us teaching our kids what this is all about. Hi, I'm Mystie Winckler, and you've found Simply Convivial. Convivial means doing life together cheerfully. And sometimes we find that our phone gets in the way of that purpose. So that's why I did this free workshop called Stop the Scroll. And today I just want to share a small clip with you from this full hour and 10-minute workshop. We talked about 3 problems with our phone use as moms, 3 prompts to think through, to go through some honest self-reflection, and 3 practices that will help us be responsible, competent homemakers who use their phones well. You definitely want to catch the whole workshop, but today I just wanted to share with you a clip from the very beginning. This turned out to be a little tangent rant that I went on about why it is so important that we discuss these issues about social media, online shopping, and all the other myriad distractions available to us on our phone. Just tossing it out the window doesn't fix anything. So grab a basket of laundry to fold and let's dig in. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming today. I am so excited to talk about this topic of women and their phones. I hope that my workshop today, I have blog posts coming up, talking about this quite a bit right now because I think it's really important that we each, in our different contexts, have these conversations and be aware of what we're really doing with our phone, be aware of our opportunities, but also not be self-deceived. And it's so easy to be self-deceived and say oh yeah, this is just a tool, or I'm okay. It's well, let's just think about this and examine ourselves and see where we might need to grow in using our phone more or less, really. But no matter more or less, we want to do it wisely. And we want our time on the phone, on the internet with other people, or engaging in content like this workshop, right? We want that to prompt better application and growth and maturity in our real lives at home. So that's one of the criteria we should be using as we do this self-reflection process. And I am going to be asking you to brain dump during this workshop. So grab a pen, a notebook, and there are going to be prompts. So be prepared. You have to brain dump. We need the self-awareness. And these are conversations that we need to have to grow in wisdom. A lot of our floundering or being really susceptible to the problems with social media or tech use are because we aren't entering that territory with wisdom. And it is new territory. So really, it is our job to figure this out. We were put in this time and place, and we as women with homes and families, it's very important that we begin setting the social norms for ourselves, then for our family, and then that expands out. But it starts with ourselves, and it starts with us teaching our kids what this is all about. And the technology is not going away. It will change. Technology always changes. I've been using the internet since it was a thing. I was a little kid, but let me tell you, it's changed a lot. I had a blog before social media existed. I remember when YouTube was new. Okay, I'm old. And I used Instagram before Facebook bought them, and there were no ads on Instagram, which was one of the things that like made me just like be fed up with Instagram. Is I loved the Instagram before Facebook. The Instagram that just had, you followed the people, there was no algorithm, there were no ads. I loved that. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I do think that as women, we tend to just go with the flow, and it is dangerous to go with the flow when it comes to using technology, because that it means that our defenses are down. That means we're going to succumb to the agenda of the people running whatever it is we're using. Right? They have an agenda. I mean, and the bottom line is just profit, and our eyeballs are their profit. And so they have set things up and continue to set things up and run experiments and figure out how to keep you on the platform as long as possible so they can serve you more ads. Because if you're not paying for a product, you are the product. That's what my husband always likes to remind me. So your eyeballs are how that app is making money if you're not paying for it. And so that means they have like worked this system. They capitalize on what basically addictive behaviors to make us addicted, and exploit different tendencies, different emotions, different responses, but they're doing this very intentionally. And there's the one side of just for profit, and then there's the other side of people exploiting those known human factors to advance agendas that we don't want advanced, bottom line. And so we just have to know that. We need to know where we are going into the scene. And so if we go into the internet, in whichever avenue, even if it's just Amazon or Google, when we open up our phones, open up our laptop, we need to know where we are and act accordingly. So we have to start with self-awareness. There is no easy answer like just get off your phone, just quit Instagram, just, set up some app that's going to self-destruct if you spend too long. Like there's all kinds of like little quick fix type of solutions, but none of those are going to give us the real answer that we need. And that is, we as women at home, a part of what a homemaker does is create, establish, and enforce social norms. That's a woman's job. In a lot of kind of areas, that's a little bit of a tangent, but a woman's job is to know, establish, and enforce social norms. And so we don't want to be influenced by the current trajectory of social norms. It's going to take work and courage to reestablish Christian social norms. And a really important avenue that needs to be done is online platforms, online options. So that's why I'm doing this workshop. That's why I'm putting out a bunch of content. One article I have planned coming out later this month is about just meeting people in real life after you followed them on Instagram and you feel like a stalker. And we have situations that need some established norms. We just need to start that conversation. I don't have the answer, but I know that we need to be talking about this and figuring it out collectively. So that's what I hope to do, is just spark conversation. So that's why I would love it if you would share this video and start the conversation in your local circles, in your online circles. The more that we talk about this and work this out, and iron sharpening iron, the stronger and wiser we are going to become, assuming that we stay grounded in Scripture the whole way. So this is where you are here today at this workshop. Stop the scroll, noticing and fixing our attention issues, which is like the basics. And I just kind of dug into the deeper, just jumped right into the deep end. The shallower end is just noticing and fixing our attention issues. But there are bigger issues at stake in this topic as well. Because we are needing to figure this issue out, I would love it if you would share this workshop with a friend. You can hit the share button. I'm pretty sure YouTube has a share button somewhere, wherever you're watching. Or if you got an email to show up, you can forward that email along. But let's generate these conversations. And so that's why I love your conversation here. And we'll go more into places to have this. We should have the conversation all the places, including Instagram and Facebook and places I am not currently on. But all the places, let's have these conversations. I am author of the brand new book, Simplified Organization, Learn to Love What Must Be Done. I am a homemaker. My husband and I have been married for 22 years, and we have 5 kids. Our oldest son is married, and they are expecting their first baby. So pretty soon I'm going to add grandma to my bio. I'm so excited. And then our second son is a sophomore at New St. Andrews College, and he's moved out. So we only have 3 left at home that I'm still homeschooling. So it's a wild ride, and I need to be figuring out these issues because, quite honestly, right now it's hitting me that introducing my teenage daughter to a phone, which she just turned 16, is a way different experience as a mother than the boys. So I had 2 boys first. We did the phone. We waited till 16. We put up with them making arguments that they needed one. They didn't. They were fine. We waited till 16 and just kind of let them have free. We watched, we monitored, but they were fine. Girls are more socially complicated. So I want these conversations started. They need to be underway, actually. So let's get going and figure this out alongside our daughters. Not to put something on top of them, but actually to be on the same team, because we have to have a baton and then we have to pass it to them. So we need to be figuring this out and have a baton to pass to them. And they need to want the baton too. Okay, I'm going to stop the clip right there, but you definitely want to check out the whole workshop. The link is in the description, or if you're on YouTube, you can click the next video that shows up here. The best way to follow up with this, however, is to go to simplyconvivial.com/enroll. I'll send you a link to the full replay as well as other bonuses. I have the slide deck and a set of additional prompts to help you figure out where you are at with your phone use, the good habits and the bad ones. Go to simplyconvivial.com/scroll to get the replay and the bonuses. All to help you to repent rejoice, repeat.